Of course, when we think of the fire department, this is what we think of, right? Them rushing into a burning building, but they respond to more than just fire calls. They help with all kinds of things like automobile crashes, medical calls, and they assist with falls. To talk about that today is Matt Grosclose, fire and life safety educator with the Greensboro Fire Department. If you've got a question that only a firefighter can answer, we want you to text that question to 336-379-5775. We'll be answering your questions right here on Two Wants to Know. All right, so first and foremost, let's just kind of talk about that. So we know firefighters as in the rushing into the building thing, but you guys do so much more than that. What kind of calls do the fire department respond to most in the city besides the fire calls?
Well, definitely medical related emergencies. All of our firefighters on the fire trucks here in the city of Greensboro are also emergency medical technicians. So 70% of our calls are actually medically related, and out of those 70%, which can include anything from a heart attack, a stroke, a person involved in an auto accident, 30% of those are actually fall related.
Okay, so let's take a look at what that means. So where is like the #1 place where falls occur in people's homes?
It's always the bathroom. People can fall anywhere in their house. There can be rugs, you can trip over a pet, you can trip over toys, but a lot of times you're in the bathroom, the floor could be wet, you're getting in and out of your slippers, you may not have a firm grasp on everything. That's where most of the falls happen.
All right, so you brought a couple of things that we need to talk about. So #1 is one of my favorite things, which is the bath mat.
Yes.
Okay, let's kind of hold that up, and what makes this one more sticky than others?
So this bath mat would go on the bottom of your tub or shower, and it has suction cups to affix it to the floor. That way it gives you more stability in the shower rather than just standing on the porcelain of the tub or the plastic that you may slip on. So this is a really good recommendation for folks to have if.
Okay, and I heard you just bought one for your dad for his birthday.
So what I actually bought for my dad was one of these.
Okay.
Dad just had a birthday last month, and we were talking about this in the office. Growing up, I remember him getting out of the shower and just stepping onto a regular towel. A regular towel will actually slip when it's wet and on a tile floor. So a mat like this is going to have a material on the back of it to help it grip. So it's about $15 to $20 online, and it could save you from falling in the bathroom.
Okay, so you need a sticky, mat, a sticky rug, not just one of those ones that's going to slide on a wood floor.
You'll want one that says non-slip on the back of it, and they're pretty inexpensive.
Okay, then the other thing we have slippers. So you hold up those, and let me take a look at these. And you may look at them and be like, okay, they're the same kind of thing, but they're not. So tell me why.
So these slippers actually are slip-on, so they don't have a back on them. It would be easier for your foot to slip out of them, and also the bottom of the soles here aren't going to grip the ground as well.
Okay, and so what is the difference with these?
So these have a back on them when you look at slippers. These are still a little bit flimsy, but they have a back on them, so you think that your foot's not going to come out. They also have a similar substance on the bottom, just like the non-slip mat that's going to grip onto your floor.
All right, and then we've got the grab bar.
Correct. Another thing that I'll give my father credit for recently, as he started age about 3 years ago, he decided to redo the bathroom, and he said, I'm going to put these grab bars in the bathroom. And if you look at the back of this one, it actually anchors into the wall, and that's a really important thing that we want to bring up to people. They do sell them where you can put suction cups on the back. The problem is, if you can imagine a suction cup with a person's weight on it and you start to go, that suction cup's going to give way. So these will actually anchor into the wall. You should put them both next to your toilet and in and outside of your shower. That way you're having a point of extra contact on it as you come out of the shower. You're not just going out and slipping onto the floor. You've got a firm grip on this
Here's the
handlebar.
key point from what you said to that. You said your dad put them in before he actually needed them.
Correct. And as we see people age, their habits may not change, but their abilities do. So people are used to living a certain way. They've been in their home 40, 50 years or more, but their body starts to change. And having this forward thinking to be able to protect yourself is so key. And people want to stay in their homes as long as they can. This helps you stay there.
Okay. Now, what about if you're seeing those commercials and then you're thinking about getting one of those home monitoring systems like a Life Alert? Is that something that's worth it?
That's definitely a good idea, because they have the monitoring system where they'll actually come over a speaker and say, hey, we got a alert from an activation from your PIN. Are you hurt? or did you just push it by accident? Sometimes an elderly person will push it by mistake. That's okay. It's the peace of mind that knowing someone's all right. If you say, I've fallen, I'm hurt, they will dispatch the ambulance for you to your address.
All right, so it helps maintain independence, helps someone call, and then get someone there if you need it. All right, so let's just talk about some general fire safety recommendations, especially this time of year.
This time of year, we're getting towards, obviously, the summer months. People may have the tendency or the thought that they're going to burn outside. Keep in mind that you can't be burning rubbish, especially in the city. You want to make sure that if you have a recreational fire that's something small like a campfire, it's no more than 3 feet in diameter.
Okay, set a timer when you're cooking, and that is because?
That's because, well, let's talk about cooking fires. As
Okay.
always, cooking fires are always the #1 cause of home-related fires everywhere across the country. A lot of times people leave the kitchen. They have the tendency to go play a video game, take a shower, or something else like that. They forget something's on their stove. Set a timer. Make sure that you stay in the kitchen ideally. But if you have that timer set, you know it's time to go check on your food.
So often people do put something on the stove and they just forget about it, or
That's
they
correct.
get busy doing something else. And that is the #1 reason why we have a house fire.
Yes.
Okay, and so what about those the fire stops or a fire extinguisher?
So a fire extinguisher is a good thing to have. Actually did a little bit of demonstration on this today, and people would think that they want to have it right next to their stove or oven. You actually want to have it closer to the door so that you're utilizing it as a way to get out. You should only be using a fire extinguisher on a small fire that you can handle, maybe something the size of a small piece of furniture or a trash can. If you're talking about an entire room on fire, it's time to close the door and get out of your house.
Okay, gotcha. Call 911 when you're outside the house and do that. Okay, we're going to continue to talk about fire safety. In fact, we're going to talk about how to get new smoke alarms if you need one. And we're taking your questions, 336-379-5775. We'll be right back.